All right. Welcome back, kings and queens. All right. Welcome back, kings and queens, y'all. Today we're talking, listen, Tamika Scott and Latocha Scott. I'm mad. I'm upset. I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for love. I'm a sucker for relationships. I'm a sucker for friendships and family. And I'm going to tell y'all, when Latocha Scott came out, I believed it. Baby, I was like, yes, I hope Escape take her back. I thought she wants to reconcile with her sister. Now, I did pause at the mention of being separated for 2 years because I'm like, that's not true because the girl just went on Tasha K a year ago and said that Rocky had a baby. Was it like, or however long ago, and said that she had a baby with Rocky? So I was like, oh, that timeline ain't lining up. But all of the other stuff was good enough to get me going and thinking that these sisters are about to come together and Latasha's going to be accepted back into Escape. Now, let's pause. Latasha can sing her ass off. She can sing. I love her voice. I think it's needed. But Tamika has actually been singing Latasha's parts, and she does a really good job and has done a really good job. Okay. It's not Latasha, but she gets very close. So she's been holding it down in that aspect. But y'all, I was rooting for Latasha Scott. I was here for it until I heard this interview that Tamika Scott did when she pulled up and talked with the Ricky Smiley morning show and talked to the brat. Child, Latasha out here capping. She's out here finessing. And I'm going to just say this is the perfect example of when you let a man take you down Skid Row. Rocky has single handedly managed to ruin this lady. Latasha, girl, is you good? Are you okay? Blink twice. This is crazy to me, but we're going to talk about it. For those of you who are just tuned in or if you're new to the channel, welcome to the palace. I am Queen Sheba. I cover a variety of hot topics specific to reality television. But most importantly, I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience.
Subscribe now.
Yes. Were y'all full? I mean, did you believe it? Or were y'all like, no? When you saw the compilation that Latasha Scott were you buying it? Because I did. I did. Now, I did think, why do it over a song? Of course, because that's me. I'm just a personable kind of person. Why do it over a song? But, child, now that I know this is all the finesse of it all, great marketing ploy to elevate and to market her music. Girl, if you don't go somewhere and get yourself in a good Bible based church, this is foolery. Now, this is just sad to me, and I'm gonna play snippets of the interview that Tamika did, but this is just sad to me. Have we come to a place in the world where we are so desperate? We are so desperate, Latasha? This is crazy that you would go that low. And they say you over there front because you still with Rocky. And you know what? Let me just play it. Here we go, y'all.
On rumors about her husband Rocky allegedly having a baby outside their marriage and revealed that they've been separated for 2 years. Check this out. Reading through the comments, they say he having a baby. I don't know who's lying. Maybe I was blind. And of course I miss my sister. This a crazy feeling.
Baby, don't talk about it, be about it. If you miss your sister, like Tamika said, pull up.
But y'all know family be needing time for healing.
Oh, wow.
Now, she also addressed the ongoing tension with her sister Tamika Scott, expressing that she misses her sister and eventually they will discuss the residuals that have caused them friction. She also shared thoughts about being kicked out of Escape and calling it insane. Check this out. My sister was insane. Kicked out of my group and it's insane. Everybody in the media was tearing me down, down, down.
Now, they said Candy said she was not kicked out of the group, that she decided that she wanted to go be another Shirley Caesar and pursue her solo career. That's crazy to me that Latasha literally fumbled an opportunity to be a part of one of the best vocal groups, that she literally fumbled. Sometimes you got to let them fumble. Sometimes you got to let them go, child. And you still fumbling because you're not as good as you can sing, Latasha. You struggling out there on your own. Nobody wants to work with you. Your attitude is bad. Let's continue.
I'm only human. sis, you've got my word. We gon' have some words about the residual. So y'all, when I heard this, I got goosebumps. Me and my wife was in the car going crazy. I was like, oh my God, everything is finna be worked out. She gonna talk to her sister. They gonna talk about the residuals. Well, y'all, we got Tamika Scott on the phone, and she gonna talk to us about some of the things that are going on. Because I actually called her to make sure.
Okay, so they're gonna bring in Tamika Scott. Let me speed up the speed just a little bit, and we're gonna get into it, honey. Real quick. I don't think it's a long interview at all, and I'll just kind of give my recap and my thoughts in real time. Feel free to join me in the chat. Pull up.
Sure it was okay, to talk about this or whatever. So Tamika had a little something to say. So Meatball, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey girl.
What up?
How are you? How are you? So
I'm good.
tell me what your reaction is to this, because I called you. I was happy. I was like, everything finna be worked out. And you said,
you know what? My sister's voice is undeniable. You know what
yes.
I always said that she was my favorite singer. She's gonna always be my favorite singer. She definitely ate vocally.
Yes.
But in real life, I think it's a genius marketing strategy for her new music.
Marketing strategy for her new music. So when is this music scheduled to drop?
It really is. We haven't, talked. She hasn't called me. My number's the same. The address is the same. So if this is real, sis, pull up. I'm cooking now. Pull up. Let's do breakfast. Because the last time I saw her at a family function, I was on the dance floor jamming. Her and my mom walked in, and when they saw me, they walked out.
Wow. The abuse of it all. The toxic. That's why I love talking about relationships between women. The toxicity that exists between women. She said she was at a family function. If her sister was really, truly interested in making things right, when she and her mom walked in, they would have never walked out. I think Latasha, and I've covered this Escape thing. I covered the Escape in SWV show, and I really went deep about that mama. Go back and go look at the playlist. Yeah, I covered the episodes. So I've talked extensively about Escape and the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience. I think Latocha Scott is every bit of her mother, emotionally empty. When women can be that mean and that vicious on purpose just because they want to, yeah, something's off emotionally.
And that kind of touched me a little bit because I felt like that was the proper. I feel like we around family, time. And if any type of reconciliation, I felt like if she probably walked up to me, I probably would have just fell in her arms crying. But her and my mom, they walked out. So listen, my number's the same, my address is the same. Sis, pull up. Let's talk about these residuals.
If I was you, Tamika, I this is what I think. I think Tamika became a punching bag for her family because she's the emotionally balanced one. You know what I'm saying? I think she became a punching bag because she's not like them in so many ways. Even when there's what do you mean by that, Queen Sheba? She's not like them. She won't go that low with them. She may have a moment. She may talk her shit, I'm sure, but she won't. There's a certain point, a stopping point. It seems like she has. My recommendation, Tamika, is stop. You can only keep that door open so long. And after a while, you have to close it because you don't want to become a target or a punching bag for somebody. Because if anything, if they see that you're overly open to reconcile every time they mess up, they no longer respect you as a person.
Residuals. If this is, real, let's talk about the residuals. But it's definitely a great marketing strategy for her new music that's coming out. And she sounds amazing.
She does sound amazing. And when she talked about the residuals, I thought she was talking about what we learned on the show when Rocky had changed the check and took your money or something like that.
Yeah. I thought that too. And I felt it into the end. And it's like, at first my heart was like, oh my gosh, she's singing to me. And at the very end, the way she looked at the camera, like, and I was like, okay.
Then I'm going to ride with Tamika. She says she fell for it too. So I know I fell for it. So I'm not crazy. I fell for it too. But Tamika, she know her sister better than we do. She said at the end, this is what let her know. Child, please. When her sister looked at the camera like, got him. See, that sounds like a Rocky Balboa production all the way around. This is just crazy to me.
Oh, this is something else.
Yeah.
Dang,
man. I felt it into the end and I was like, oh my gosh, like, just call me. And if she's listening, sis, you got my number. You got my number. You got my address. Pull up. Let's sit down. I'll cook you a good meal. I throw down. Let's sit down. Right. Let's talk about these residuals.
Maybe we can arrange Spirit to meet up with y'all and have a conversation. The therapist that's right there. She's always available and have helped a lot of families come back together. Just a good. What did you say, Brad?
At this point, I'm going to say hold off, Tamika. Because if Latasha did come back together, I feel like it could be for the wrong reasons. I think it's a bit of self-promotion oh shit, that didn't work, this didn't work, let me get back over there. And not because she cherishes the relationship and she feels the same about you like you do her. It would just be an opportunistic opportunity for her just to kind of take what she needs from you, utilize you as a source of energy, take what she needs for her music career, utilize you as a stepping stool to boost her music career, maybe get back in with Escape and go back to treating everybody like crap. Ain't nobody got time for that in 2025. Ain't nobody let nobody slide off GP in 2025 just because you're in a bad mood or just because your husband gave you the wrong play for this group and you're failing horribly because you thought you were bigger. You thought you were more amplified, Latasha, and you are in so many ways. But one band, one sound. Sometimes you get ahead of yourself and you jump ship a little bit too early and then you F around and you find out.
I was going to say, I don't even think Tamika need that. I just feel like Tamika feel like if Tasha was ready to reconcile or fix it, she ready. Like she said, she would have fell into her arms, but they left. You know what I'm saying? Like I was so happy because I thought this was bringing them back together when she did this. I didn't even think about it being for her new music that was coming out. I just thought she was pouring her heart out, you know?
Yeah. Well, Tamika, you think since tomorrow's the last day of Black History Month, she might call the last day?
Child.
Hey, my phone is on and she called. I would love to talk to her. The last time, before she changed her number, the last time I called her about the rumors and stuff, I was like, sis, forget what we're going through. I love you. We're going to get through this. I got cussed out. So, and then me and her started going back and forth on the text. And I was like, you know what?
Just forget it.
You know what? At the end of the day, I love you. I love you and I'm praying for you. And I'm praying for her. I'm definitely praying for her mental.
And I think it's okay. I mean, they're family. They're not friends. There's a level of reverence that Tamika seems to have for her sister. Y'all, it is what it is. We can probably never stop that. That's just the heartbeat of Tamika. Okay. But at some point, Tamika, you got to tuck it in so that it's not exploited from the likes of a Latocha Scott and her husband, Rocky. And her husband, Rocky.
Mental, I'm praying for her. And I love my sister. Hands down. Y'all know I've always protected her.
We know.
And I will continue to protect her. Can't nobody say nothing about her to me. I love her. She ate on this Chris Brown challenge.
She ate. Oh my God. She killed it. I never heard a girl doing it. She killed it. She absolutely killed it. Well, we're going to keep both of y'all in our prayers, man. We love both of y'all, man. Absolutely.
In front of her house the other day. They ain't broke up. I wish that was true.
Oh, what'd she say? Hold on. Let me turn on. What? Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me turn on these closed captions. Hold on.
House the other day. They ain't broke up. I wish that was true.
Oh.
The day.
Absolutely.
In front of her house the other day. They ain't broke up. I wish that was true.
Let me read love both of y'all.
Hold on, y'all.
Absolutely.
In front of her house the other day. They ain't broke up. I wish that was true.
Oh.
She said they ain't broke up.
Like, yeah.
So I'm done with Latasha. Like, who does this? Who does this for attention? But baby, you just never know what people got going on behind the scenes, honey. This is crazy. I'm going to stop it there. Tamika say that Latasha and Rocky are together. He's at the house. They did not break up. This is all a ploy. Man, that really chaps my hide. That makes me upset because I fell for the okie doke. I would love to see Escape come back together, but I just don't think Latasha's going to do right. So sometimes, y'all, you got to leave them behind. I'm sorry. Sometimes you just got to leave them behind because, you got to give people the freedom and the flexibility to make their own choices. And it sounds like that's exactly what Latasha has done. She thought she was a standout. She thought she was a solo. She could do it better by herself. Then go right ahead. But it hasn't worked well for you, which you would think that being that they were reared in a church and they have a level of religious and spiritual components embedded in them since they were children, you would think that Latasha would wake up to the notion that, wait a minute, this isn't working for me, so I must be out of alignment somewhere spiritually. Don't be so hard-headed that you miss your purpose trying to push your own agenda, Latasha. And I think that's what you've done. And a lot of people get caught up in that sometimes, you know what I mean? And you wonder why it's not working because you're out of alignment. That's not where you're supposed to be right now. But instead of going where you were called to go by way of that group, you thought you can do better. You wanted no attachments and you're failing miserably. And sometimes you got to let them fail. You got to let her go. You got to let her spread her wings and crash and burn. And I hate to sound mean. It's not mean. It is what it is. You'd rather do that than become somebody's emotional punching bag. Latasha's out of order. I think Latasha should go to therapy first. I think she should. I think she should go to therapy first. I think it's a great recommendation by Ricky Smiley. I think this family is toe up from the flow up. And I'm looking at the mama. The mama is the reason. The mama is the cause of all of this. What mother wants to keep her kids isolated, fighting, tearing down each other, eating at each other? Not a healthy one. You see what I'm saying? An unhealthy mother would do that. And the mother is the catalyst to all of it. So I'm going to leave it there. What are your thoughts? Let's take it to the chat, y'all. That's what we doing.